Good evening, I'm Brunswick bowler Derek Michaud, and what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is my bowling career from start to finish, or I guess start to current. I'm also going to talk to you about my life and um, my other passions, I guess. The reason I'm going to do that is because the very first bowling video I made for you a few weeks ago, somebody asked a question and they said, "Is this a joke?" So um, that told me that they don't know anything about me, and I wanted to change that. I don't want you to just watch a bowling video of me. I want you to watch a bowling video of some guy you know. I want to build a fan base and I guess become popular on YouTube and Facebook. So let's start at the age of 4, and I will start by telling you that I have a very slight case of cerebral palsy and a visual impairment. The optic nerves in both my eyes are damaged. The cerebral palsy is on my left side, so um, uh, the left side is weaker than the right. Now, why is that important? Well, I went to preschool at the Handy Children's Center in Madawaska, Maine, where I'm originally from. And on one day, there was a bowling field trip at the local bowling alley. And I actually, when I was there, I was crying because the noise was so loud I had to be pulled out. Now, why do you ask? Pretty simple. When you're disabled, the areas that are weak, and you have some areas that are strong. For example, my hearing, very strong. Um, so much so that when you're hearing candle pins fall on several different lanes, it can get quite loud for a young child. And I guess my hearing is oversensitive or whatnot, or maybe I was just a big baby. Who knows? Um, so it was just I couldn't handle it. So they took me out of the bowling center, and it still kind of affects me today. Not that particular moment, but when I go to a concert and I know that they have pyrotechnics, I wear earplugs, just strictly for the jump factor. I don't really want to go to a concert and be all jumpy. I want to go and listen to some music. So that's that. So jumping a few years to 8 years old, I found out that a friend of mine was going bowling and I wanted to go. It was a Saturday, and I asked my dad, I says, "Hey, my friend is going to the bowling alley. Can we go?" And he says no at first. Well, I kind of begged, and he gave in, and we went to the bowling alley, and that's how my love of the game started. I guess my ears have adjusted by then. So after that day, I pretty much fell in love with the sport. I wanted to bowl all the time. And the house we were living in had a hallway, and I don't mean to get close. I'm actually watching the time of each video so that I can make brief, short videos. And so we had a hallway, and it wasn't quite 60 feet long, but it was long enough for me to set up a Fisher-Price bowling set that had 6 pins, and I can stand at the other end and throw the ball. And I threw the ball pretty much like a normal bowling ball. There's holes in the wall, or there was, to prove it. So that's how that happened, and my parents weren't happy with the fact that I put the holes in the wall. They were like, well, you got to be careful, you got to, whatnot. But so I did that for, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I went to the bowling alley on occasion, but if I wanted to bowl majority of the time, it was in that setting. So, fast forward a year, 9 years old, and I discovered that bowling is on TV. And I was watching it, and I saw that, hey, they're bowling on TV, I want to do that. So, that's how my love for bowling really took off. After I saw bowling on TV, I was like, okay, you know what, I want to do that with my life and whatnot. So I had my parents record me as much as they would, I guess, because it's kind of a pain to bring a video camera to a bowling alley, and so they did that for me. So pretty much that's it for 8 to about 12, because my competition career started at the age of 13, and the first professional bowler that I saw throwing a ball before I was going to join league was Eugene McCune, and he throws it pretty hard. So that's why I said I wanted to throw the ball really hard. And coming up in the next video, we're going to talk about my beginning of my bowling career, which began at the age of 13. That is when I joined my first league. Ironically, no, you know what? We're going to scratch that. It was 12. Because the date that I joined my first league was September 11, 1993. So coming up, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about my career. So I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed the introduction to Brunswick bowler Derek Michaud.